what do you think it says that Nancy Pelosi took impeachment off the table?
What would a president have to do to get impeached in America compared to the lawlessness of this administration? And my second question is, how can we uphold a Democrat accountable like Barack if he gets elected when we don't control a lot of the message that reaches the wide public?
Okay, hold on, I'm going to ask you, why do you want impeachment?
Because he's crimes against the Constitution.
And what will that accomplish?
Well, it will accomplish that people respect law. This is a nation of laws, not people.
What we're seeing is that the American people are doing a good job of making that determination on their own, that there doesn't need to be impeachment. Impeachment is an inherently partisan procedure. It would fail. You don't have the votes, nowhere near the votes to make it happen. So it would be an inherently partisan procedure that, one, first of all, would give us Dick Cheney as president, and no. You know, Bush is at 28% of the polls, Dick Cheney's at 18. You know, it's not an upgrade. But second of all, the way what I've said to the whole impeachment people is there's a sense, there's a yearning for revenge. Like, this guy has really screwed the Constitution. He's made a mockery out of this nation's laws. I mean, I get that. I totally do. I've been fighting this thing for years. When Bush had 92% approval rating, you know, after 9/11, I was one of the 8%. So it's been lonely at times. That said, the American people are given a choice right now whether they want to continue with another 4 years of George Bush's presidency or to reject it wholesale. In 2006, there was a wholesale rejection. 30-seat pickup in the House. Given the gerrymandered nature of congressional districts, it's nothing short of amazing. And the fact that we can pick up between 30 and 50, you know, I'm guesstimating 10 to 30 right now to be conservative, but we can theoretically hit up to 50 seats this fall. It's nothing short of astounding. And it's because the American people are making that determination. And there's no better person, and there's no better revenge. Because if we had impeachment, then Republicans would say, oh, those Democrats are being partisan and they went on a witch hunt. But they can't say that about the American people. How do we explain a repudiation of the nation of that scale? And they can't. So, for me, my motivation isn't to impeach him, because it really ultimately would be a lot of energy that would not help us do what we really need to do, which is majorities. I want to end this war in Iraq. Impeachment doesn't end the war in Iraq. I want a stronger estrogen bill. I want universal health care. Impeachment doesn't help us get us there. What helps us to get there is to increase our congressional majorities and elect a Democratic president. And there can be no broader repudiation. You know, I can't think of nothing that will kill Republicans more than to sit there in a tiny minority watching Democrats do whatever the frick they want, fixing this country first of all, but enact incredible progressive legislation, the likes that this country hasn't seen since the New Deal. Do you want to push back?
Yeah, I guess what would it take to get impeachment anymore? Did the whole public against the pushback against Clinton's impeachment make it impossible for impeachment anymore? Or, I mean, can presidents have free license to do whatever they want from now on? Is that the message that they send?
You know, it's going to help. I mean, just watch. Republicans will rediscover the Constitution as soon as we have Barack Obama as president, right? So, they'll be just, oh wow, look, there's a Constitution, there's laws. Wow, you know, and it should apply to the president. They'll be like, you know, shocked that somebody might argue that they're not applicable to the president. But it's the American people are the ultimate arbiters in a democracy. I mean, I would like to think that I, for one, will be just as upset if Obama tries to pull the kind of crap that George Bush did. Right? And I do, and that was your second part of the question, I think, right? We do need to hold them accountable. And we do need to elect a Congress that holds them accountable. One of the problems we've had is that Republicans were corrupt beyond corrupt. And Democrats have been beaten to submission, you know, after losing for so many years, by trying to be like Republicans, or maybe not quite as bad. And so they were also ineffective. So we haven't had an effective, aggressive, independent legislative branch in 8 years. So one of the things that we've been doing is we've been working to get more aggressive Democrats elected and to hold them accountable. One of the things that we did in 2006, obviously, is we primaried Joe Lieberman. This year, we had 2 high-profile primary battles. We won one, we lost the other, but we kicked out a corrupt congressman from Maryland, Al Wynn. And 2010, if my predictions are right, and if we have these 30 to 50 seat majorities, 40 to 60 seat majorities, we can actually afford to go after some of the more corrupt members of the Democratic caucus to remind these Democrats that their responsibility lies with the American people and their constituents, and not to be lackeys for a overstepping president or corrupt. Because in 1994, Democrats lost control of Congress in large part because of corruption issues, and in 2006, Republicans lost Congress in large part because of corruption issues. And I don't want to go down that path again, and I'm not going to let my party go down that route if I have anything to do with it. And, single-handedly I can't do it, but I'll play my part as much as possible to hold Congress accountable. And if we hold them accountable, I think we can hold the presidency accountable. But, that said, who really believes that President Obama could get away with half the things President Bush did? It's just laughable to think about it. Republicans can get away with murder, Democrats can't. And that's part of building sort of the alternate media. We don't have a Fox News, we don't have a Rush Limbaugh to really drive and fuel these stories the way that Republicans can. So it's going to take a while to get there, but absolutely, I think accountability is one of the most important things that we need, not just to have a vibrant, functioning democracy, but also to have a Democratic Party that doesn't corrupt itself and become what the Republicans did the last 10 years.